Bullseye.
What's up guys, it's me Tarox and welcome back to another video on the channel. This is the second pay-per-view predictions included into the 2019 prediction war. Of course, it started with Wrestle Kingdom 13 that is now in the bags, aired on January 4th. The next pay-per-view upcoming is Impact Homecoming at January 6th. That is tomorrow as of time of uploading this. I'm quickly going to recap what happened in Wrestle Kingdom 13. The final score, or current score, is up there. 6-all is how Wrestle Kingdom ended. I think a very fitting way to end the very first, and also a very good Wrestle Kingdom. I think a lot of different opinions of people who say it was not as good. Some said it was very good. Differing opinions throughout the board, but we're not here to discuss my opinions or anything on Wrestle Kingdom. We can do that on stream. Of course, links to all the social medias of mine and also everybody else taking part in the prediction war is down in the description down below. You can visit my Twitter, Jack's Twitter, the man I am tagging with in that prediction war, or of course Chat Chatters and Chrissy, the team that we're taking up from Belly to Belly Blogs. We'll again try to put all the links down in the description down below that are relevant at the time of uploading this video. The article for their predictions will be live on their blog as well. So if you want to check theirs out and maybe try and compare them already to see how many we got different and stuff, go check that out. But now enough chit chat. Wrestle Kingdom 13 opening with the gauntlet for the Never Openweight 6-man title and #1 contendership. We said Chaos. I think they said Chaos as well. It was Maccabi, Yano, and Taguchi winning in the end. So I think pretty much the team that I didn't think was going to win at all. But hey, 0-0 going into the main show. We had Ospreay win over Kota Ibushi to become the new Never Openweight champion. Both had those predictions, or that prediction, correct. Then the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion Tag Team Championships were LIJ. In fact, won them, and not the Roppongi 3K. Which we did predict, and if you, I think I'm pretty sure I said that in the predictions, we were saying LIJ until we predicted the other tag title match, and then we swapped it to Roppongi 3K, because we thought surely now both LIJs are going to win the tag titles. Well, we now said, you know what, we're not going to change up in hindsight anymore if we do out of the prediction. We're not going to go back and change it anymore. We're going to stick with what we had in the first run from now on onwards. That was Belly to Belly taking the lead. Sticking with the lead as Sabre Jr. won the British Heavyweight title from Ishii. We both had that correct again. Then we tied it back up with LIJ winning the IWGP tag titles, because the obvious and super easy prediction was Guerrillas of Destiny, but it was wrong. Just saying. US title, of course, going to Juice. Both had that correct. Both had the Junior Heavyweight title wrong to go to Ishimori, but as I said in the video, I'm very happy with Ishimori taking the belt. Was super chuffed, was super pumped for him. So I'm completely down to drop that point, especially as it stuck with 4-4 as well. They took the lead once more as Jay White defeated Okada. So it right now doesn't seem like they're going to go for it. I think White now challenged Tanahashi at New Year's Dash, or like yeah, a New Year's Dash. I haven't watched much beyond. I haven't caught up with the New Year's Dash just yet. That has happened already by the time of recording this, but that's all I've just caught on Twitter. So we were wrong there. We both had Naito win the IC title, and then we tied it back up when Tanahashi became the new IWGP Heavyweight Champion. Gives us a final score of 6-all going into Impact Homecoming, and yeah, that's gonna be an interesting go forward, especially when doing the predictions. I'm always a on and off viewer of Impact. Chat, of course, is a big supporter of Impact. Tries to get other people on Twitter to watch, telling them why they should watch. There's an article, for example, 5 things why Impact is must watch. If you want to give that a read, go ahead. Also on the Belly to Belly blog site. And I always watch on and off. So I've not seen all of the build up to all of these matches. I've tried to catch up a bit from what I've seen, and I'm trying my best to keep up to date with Impact. Also watching the Impact tapings. But without trying to make it as an excuse straight away, I think this is kind of home field advantage for chatters. But we're going to do our best to take it anyways, because who knows, if we got a lot of unpredictable things and he's went for the obvious ones, we might be able to snag a few points here. Card is over there. We're going to start off with Dark Alley and Su Yung over against Kiera Hogan and Jordan Grace. Now that was a bit of a toss-up, because I am, in my opinion, the stronger tag team in that sense is Dark Ellie and Su Yung. Ellie, of course, turned, sided with Su Yung now, a soul or whatever. So they are quite not hot, but they are that is kind of recent happenings. So it's not like I don't think they're gonna drop them straight away. And Jordynne Grace, of course, being pushed quite a bit in the women's division right now. So generally speaking, promotions are very hot on her right now. I think she just became the new Progress Women's Champion as well. So it was, I was thinking, okay, it's gonna either be Dark Ellie and Su Yung or Jordynne Grace. Kiera Hogan is, for me, it seems like she's so obviously the weak link. And it seems so obvious to me that it puts me off again. But I think Kiera Hogan is there to take the pinfall. This is, I think, then Jordynne Grace's loss in any capacity, even just in tag team action where she's not been pinned. But I stuck with my guns there, or we stuck with my guns there, essentially. Dark Ellie Su Yung to pin Kiera Hogan. Essentially, of course, our prediction is they don't have to pin Kiera Hogan, but we've gone with the dark side in that sense. I can definitely see Jordynne Grace winning it. I think it will depend on the Knockouts title match. To quickly touch on that, basically, if Tessa defends and needs a new contender, I think Jordynne Grace might very well beat them and move on to Tessa Blanchard. Should Taya win that title, I think we could see Taya and Tessa for a bit longer, and we could see Dark Ellie and Su Yung win because Jordynne Grace doesn't need to get push up to the Knockouts belt straight away. That's kind of my thing, tying in with the Knockouts thing, but official prediction will be Dark Ellie and Su Yung in that one. Sami Callihan versus Willie Mack. Now that is also a lot of tough ones. I don't know if it's lack of me watching, lack of experience lately in Impact, or if it's generally an open card. I don't know. Again, if you are more into the Impact stuff, feel free to let me know in the comments. I felt that a lot of these could go either way, for me personally at least. Callihan, of course, leader or a frontman for OVE. Willie Mack sided with Rich Swann, and Rich Swann could be the key factor in this matchup. Rich Swann has been acting very weird lately. Something fishy is going on, but I can't quite point out how or why. Rich Swann basically has shielded Willie Mack from attacks by Callihan 2 times now, and both times Callihan backed off then as soon as Rich Swann was like, don't. So I think it's going to depend on what Rich Swann, what exactly he's going to do. And again, that would also possibly tie into the Ultimate X later, which is, it all seems to be connected in some way. I think, should Rich Swann be slightly siding with OVE here, this could very well lead to a Callihan victory. However, should it be that Rich Swann maybe just knows something about Callihan, and maybe just has something in hand against Callihan, and Callihan knows that, and therefore is being very cautious about what he does and how he acts around Rich Swann. It could very well be Willie Mack, because Rich Swann is using that against Callihan. So Rich Swann could very well be the difference maker in that matchup. Our prediction, however, is Sami Callihan. He lost against Pentagon Jr., the Mask vs. Hair match against Bound for Glory, I think last big pay-per-view kind of thing. Last big pay-per-view match, at least. So, while Callihan has been, I think, also crowned Performer of the Year in 2018 in Impact, I think it feels to me as if he could use a proper win on a pay-per-view, even if it is just against Willie Mack. Of course, Willie Mack is still a bit of a new sensation to Impact, coming in with Rich Swann, one of the guys that came over or is coming over from Lucha Underground. So, depending on what they want to do with him, of course, he could maybe use the victory just as much. But our prediction ultimately went with Sami Callihan. Of course, if it comes down to the numbers game specifically, OVE could definitely stand tall in that sense, as it is a 3 versus 2 essentially on peak numbers. Moose versus Eddie Edwards in a Falls Count Anywhere match. Now that is playing off of the all Eddie Edwards go mad, all the way back to Edwards versus Callihan, not all that. I think they've built Eddie Edwards quite well also in continuous feuds. It made sense for the most part. Eddie Edwards really trying to get a bit of a redemption here from what I've seen. I think Moose is partially or is partially the reason why Eddie Edwards has been locked up essentially by his wife, where Raven got him out again. I thought that Raven might get involved in that one to get Eddie Edwards, to help Eddie Edwards to get the victory here against Moose, but the fact that Raven showed up teaming up with Dreamer against Eli Drake this episode, I don't know if that's gonna happen. I thought maybe we could get something because I've just seen Raven and Dreamer at first and didn't see that it was with Eli Drake, so I thought maybe we're gonna get Raven and Eddie versus Dreamer and Moose essentially, but his fault's gone anywhere, so there's gonna be some shenanigans happening. I'm pretty sure our prediction here is Eddie Edwards. It might be due to help of Raven, but off the back of again this very past show, the go home show basically, I don't think Raven gets involved here. Leads us to our next one, Eli Drake versus Abyss in a Monsters Ball. From what I've seen, Abyss hasn't showed up in Impact for a while. Eli Drake has taken out Joseph Parks. Hasn't seen Abyss ever since. And now he's going to be in a Monsters Ball match. So this could be like the big return of Abyss. Or I think it will be. It is Abyss's match. That already screams Abyss. But so much about this match screams Abyss that I'm doubting that prediction. We're going to go with Abyss anyways. Abyss is our prediction. I think it is the safe call in that sense. But the fact that that Raven and Dreamer teamed up on Eli Drake, and it is Abyss's match, that is very, very, very obvious. Too obvious, in my opinion. We're still gonna go with Abyss. Again, I think a lot of these could go either way. Just all these signs pointing to Abyss makes me almost want to go with Eli Drake on that one. But we're gonna say Abyss is gonna win Monsters Ball. I don't know if it's 100% that Abyss is going to show up, because I don't think he has. Not in the build-up or anything. I think, as I said, since Eli Drake has taken out Joseph Parks, we've not seen Abyss. I'm not sure how long that was ago. And if it is definitely going to be Abyss showing up, or if we could see some other shenanigans happening, Abyss not showing up and the match not happening, as it is Eli Drake maybe facing Raven instead in Monsters Ball, or Raven and Dreamer, or Eli Drake and, I don't know, Scott Steiner, because they've been tag champs against Raven and Dreamer. I don't know if we might see some change in that matchup on Homecoming itself. Into the titles we're going. X Division title in the Ultimate X on the line. I think this is the first proper Ultimate X that I'm going to see. I've seen, of course, bits and maybe an old match or whatever, but this is happening right now. I'm not going to watch it live, but I'm going to watch it when it is recently happening. I'm going to watch it around live time, essentially. Sorry for bumping the mic there. It's going to be Jay Christ from OVE versus Ethan Page, Matt Seidel's protege, Rich Swann, and Trey Miguel in that match. Now, my first thought is not going to be Jay Christ. That was my initial thought. I was like, okay, it's not going to be Jay Christ. I can see all other three winning that match. Our prediction is Rich Swann. Now, I struggle to make a point for any of the other three. My thought was, okay, Ethan Page, this could be like him coming through finally, but we could also see Matt Seidel get involved, because they had a handshake. Ethan Page, of course, qualified by beating Matt Seidel. They shook hands after the match and stood there together. However, it could still be happening. Very likely that Matt Seidel is still going to be mad, shook hands on that match, but then is going to come into the Ultimate X and loses Ethan Page the match, or make sure he's not going to win the match. So that could be something for Ethan Page not winning the match, or even maybe winning the match, and we go into an Ethan Page kind of Matt Seidel feud anyways. Rich Swann, I think, depends on, again, Sami Callihan and Willie Mack. I think, should Willie Mack win, or if Rich Swann wins, I kind of think that Willie Mack will win as well, but that is where we're not going to go back and change predictions anymore. It's going to come in. I think if Rich Swann wins, so does Willie Mack against Callihan. And I personally, something that my gut feeling kind of said Trey Miguel, because we had that 5 or 10-man tag team match on the Go Home show, and to be honest, I never noticed that there's 3 of the Rascals. I always just thought it's Trey Miguel and Desmond Xavier. There's another guy, and it seems like from how they've came out and stuff, the Trey Miguel is kind of the leading figure of those Rascals. So for that, I could see, because the Rascals are quite hot, they're new, they're exciting, they're high flying and stuff, I could very, very much see Trey Miguel winning that one. But still, the prediction is going to be a Rich Swann. I wouldn't be surprised if it's going to be Trey Miguel or Ethan Page again. Another one. All of them can just go either way, and I can't figure it out. And but again, I don't know if it's generally just either way, all these matches, or if there is just the lack of knowledge on recent happenings on Impact. Knockout title on the line. Tessa Blanchard versus Taya Valkyrie. We've gone with Taya Valkyrie there. My feeling says Tessa Blanchard is going to lose the title here, basically. It is her first run, and I think this is where it's going to end, but it's definitely not going to be her last. I think she maybe even soon is going to get her second run, and she might have multiple reigns, depending, of course, how long she's going to stick with Impact. But I think this might very well be where the reign ends. Taya Valkyrie wins it. I think we're going to get Tessa Blanchard versus Valkyrie for a bit more And then down the line, we're going to get Jordynne Grace against whoever is then going to come out eventually of that feud with that belt. Of course, Tessa has won at Bound for Glory against Taya Valkyrie, so this is the rematch. And I think it would be a bit harsh on Taya Valkyrie to have lose again. I don't think there's much shenanigans happening. The only thing I can see happening is Johnny Impact getting involved. Of course, something to note there, Gail Kim is the special guest referee. She, Hall of Famer, face, very beloved. Tessa Blanchard is the heel going to that one. So Gail Kim will try to make sure everything is going down fair and square, and that is likely going to benefit Taya more than Tessa. So that Gail Kim, I think, is another reason why we're starting with Taya Valkyrie right here. Of course, the girlfriend. I think no, they married. Wasn't saying right or stuff at the wedding. The wife of Johnny Impact / John Morrison, Johnny Nitro, Johnny Mundo, Johnny Two-Face. I don't know. Impact Tag Titles: LAX versus the Lucha Brothers. God, I think this is the match where we were the most undecided out of the lot. As you can tell by the prediction and by me trying to bring you guys our thought process in that, we were undecided on a lot of them. It peaked right there. Tag Titles, LAX, Lucha Brothers. If we want to be, if we're gonna be biased here, we're gonna go with LAX, 100%. LAX all the way. I love the Lucha Brothers. Don't get me wrong. Phoenix, absolutely exciting. Pentagon Jr. as a character as well, incredible. I'm gonna take the blame on me here. Jack slightly sided with LAX. I slightly sided with the Lucha Brothers. We have went for my side with the Lucha Brothers on that one. My main thought in here is LAX has got the record already. They are within the record title reign for the Impact Tag Team titles. My thought was, if it's not the Lucha Brothers taking the titles, is there anybody left that could believably take those belts from LAX? Of course, Conan is also not going to be in the corner for LAX because he said, you know what, he's going to kick off. Just a friendly encounter, basically, and it kicked off. They didn't listen. Conan said, you know what, you're going to do that on your own. Also because they challenged them without his knowledge. So, last time Conan was not in the corner, they started a losing streak. Now, that is something because they mentioned that a lot. They mentioned it a lot in the build-up that last time Conan was not in the corner, they went on a losing streak. So much to the point where it makes you think, you know what, they mentioned it so much, surely it's going to be the other way this time around. We still gone for the Lucha Brothers. I think OVE didn't have a proper match for the tag titles yet, and maybe even the Rascals. So there's a few tag teams left that could do it. OVE probably the most likely out of the lot, if it's not going to be the Lucha Brothers. But I think we're getting to a point where it's where they're going to struggle for contenders if they're not going to lose the belts. Because if they're going to keep on winning, keep on beating everyone, there's not going to be anyone left to take the belts in the end. So I think it is not the worst idea to go with the Lucha Brothers now. Maybe even get it back on them very soon in like a rematch or something. And then go forward just to show that Conan is still impacting LAX a lot. And giving the Lucha Brothers another title reign. I think the world title reign for Pentagon is still the only title the Lucha Brothers have had. They've been quite big on the Lucha Brothers in Impact, so that's another thing why I think they could very much get another belt under or on their scoreline, and those could very well be the tag titles now. And maybe, who knows, maybe they're going to be champions for a bit. Somebody takes the belt back, beat LAX and somebody else, and then we're going to get a fallout between Phoenix and Pentagon and get a match between the two. Maybe something like that towards Bound for Glory next year. Who knows? Prediction, Lucha Brothers. And then last but not least, we got the world title, Johnny Impact versus Brian Cage. Brian Cage invoked the option C for, or from the X Division title. That is what we get Ultimate X for the vacant title. Brian Cage was the champion, basically vacated it. Option C is therefore going to get a world title shot at Johnny Impact. Now, this time we've gone the other way around. I've sided a bit with Brian Cage there. Jack has gone with Johnny Impact. We've gone with his prediction. I can definitely see this go either way, 100%. I would be very happy for Brian Cage to win this, and the thing is, Brian Cage has been pinned once. I think he's been pinned by 3 men. I'm not sure what exact situation that was, but he's only been pinned once. So Brian Cage has been built as this incredible monster, and kayfabe-wise, Johnny Impact is not going to win that one, basically. But of course, it doesn't always work like that. He's invoked option C, so that was pretty much the only way to get X Division title off him as well. Now, what I would be hoping for if Brian Cage wins that we're going to get Killer Kross versus Brian Cage in the future, because I pay good money for that. Brian Cage versus Killer Kross, I want to see that. So, That's why I would have gone for Brian Cage. Just because I think it is believable. He's that beast, and Johnny Impact, he is hot right now. So that is why I definitely can see him defending that belt. They've built him well again. He's looking very strong. He's put away a couple of contenders, or not a couple of contenders. I think it's really just Austin Aries that he won the belt from. I'm not sure if there was like a proper feud contender. They've made it very hard with that last angle. Again, roster referees trying to break the situation up. So I think it feels too big. It feels like they're trying to make it too big, at least, for this to be, okay, Impact wins and that's it. That's another reason why I say, okay, but the prediction is Johnny Impact. Again, I can definitely see that happening. Johnny Impact is one of those people that could definitely see beating Brian Cage one way or another. If that is somebody getting involved again, be Taya Valkyrie, somebody else, maybe Taya Valkyrie because she's mad because she's not won the knockout title, or I don't know, something like that could also happen. You never know in Impact how much shenanigans we're gonna get there. But Johnny Impact is that final prediction. So to quickly recap the predictions or our picks: Dark Alley Su Young in the tag match, Sami Callihan over Willie Mack, Andy Edwards over Moose, Abyss over Eli Drake, Rich Swann to win Ultimate X, Taya Valkyrie over Tessa Blanchard, the Lucha Brothers to end the record-breaking reign from LAX, and Johnny Impact over Brian Cage. Those are our homecoming predictions. Again, if you want to check out Belly to Belly's predictions, they should be on the blog right now as of watching this. Whenever you're going to watch this, if it is just gone live, they are there. Feel free to leave me your Impact homecoming predictions in the comments down below so we can see who's got the most right at the end. 6-6 is the score going into that. Of course, this is not 0-0 or 1-1 because we both won Wrestle Kingdom. We're going to go for 6-6 because we each got 6 predictions, and if that one is, they're going to end, I can genuinely see us getting 0 correct. It might be all of them. I don't know. I'm so unsure on all of them. It's unreal. 8 predictions. If they win 8-0, it's going to be 6-14 going into NXT TakeOver UK Blackpool. That's going to be next weekend. I'm probably going to try to get that video out to you guys at around Thursday or Friday. We're probably going to drop the predictions, I think. So hope you guys enjoy the predictions. Again, leave yours down below if you want to. Check out all of us on the social medias. Links are all of the video description. Click yourself through these. Check out the people. See if you like them or not. Drop follows, subscribe, and all that nonsense. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. If so, drop a like down below as well. Subscribe for more content, predictions, Supercard, WWE 2K19 Universe Mode, all those nonsense, and of course, again, make sure to stay on top of Belly to Belly blogs as well. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Until the next one, I'm out. Have a good one, and peace.